So much looking forward to the Gabba, the second test, and it's a joy to welcome tonight's very special guest to the program, the second greatest wicket taker in Test cricket history for England, one of the few men to take 600 wickets at Test level, and a man who absolutely thrived when the Ashes were on the line. Please make him welcome Stuart Broad, everybody! Thank you. Thank you. You could have gone from Perth to Brisbane, but you've come here to be part of this tonight. So from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you for being part of it.
Thanks for having me.
It's dust has settled now on Perth. We've had a chance to digest. How's it landed with you?
I felt a bit sad, if I'm honest,
Yep.
after it. You know, it's. I think back to that mid-afternoon day two with England ahead of the game. It feels all pretty rosy, and then the Aussies did what the Aussies do. They sort of made a tactical switch. Most competitive people in the world, got themselves back in the game, and from then on it was amazing. There's a big difference when you're playing. It's obviously devastating. When you just sit back a little bit and you can actually enjoy what Travis Head did, it was breathtaking. It was one of the best innings I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's one thing to. Your first time watching, because you know most of those guys. You played a lot of cricket with those guys. Did you feel helpless or frustrated? But we were looking at you in the commentary box, which I was enjoying immensely. It felt like you wanted like a superhero, rip it off and get out there and somehow help.
I wouldn't like to have bowled at Travis in that mood, to be honest. He was going, but it was the crowd are going. You know, it was that energy of the stadium that only Australia produces, where it felt like everyone was whacking the seats and everything was going, and the England brains were just sort of moving a bit too quickly to really figure out what was going on. It was an amazing move to move Travis to the top of the order. Yeah. I think if he'd have come in at 5, we had a chance.
So it's one thing to win the Ashes, but the other thing I enjoyed just as much at beating the Poms is the reaction of the English press, which, is fair to say, is always fairly measured. Yeah. So let's just have a look at some of the favourite moment. Ben chokes, that's crash and burn, balls up. And this is my favourite. Sorry, but I can't take stupid England seriously. And I notice you bumped Ukraine off the head of the paper. I mean, they don't muck around, the English press. Have you taken the temperature at home?
Neither do the Aussie press, mind. The
England
boys are in. The England boys are in for it at the minute. It's one of those where you just need to, stay tight, sort of almost try and ignore it as much as you can for these next couple of days, and then build up for the next test. I mean, I've toured here a few times. I'm very used to headlines like that.
Yeah. We're so excited to have you in the media, and you've done a great job so far. But before the Ashes, you had some pretty strong predictions.
It's probably the worst Australian team since 2010, when England last won, and it's the best English team since 2010.
I tell you, don't lie to me here. At lunch day 2, are you thinking the same? Are you thinking the same?
Terrified. We were. Absolutely terrified. We thought you were 100% right.
You spoke about your old man before, Chris. Take us back to the early memories of cricket. We've got some photos here, but we need to point out you did have a baggy green in your hand there at some stage.
What was he doing there, putting an Australian cap on?
That's bad parenting. Right there.
There's the Duncan Fernley.
Yeah, that's my first bat, the old Duncan Fernley. Actually, Duncan Fernley himself, because my dad used it, made that for me, so it's very special. Now my 3-year-old daughter's got it herself, so it's like...
But being down in the rooms and being a part of that England side as a young child, what memories do you have of that?
Very inspiring in a way. You grow up around cricket grounds. I always think of Trent Bridge, where I grew up. My dad played for Nottinghamshire, so it was always those lunch breaks and tea breaks where I'd sprint out to the outfield and be playing, and when I'd watch a bit of cricket, and then I'd go and play underneath the scoreboard and use the bins as wickets, and I just loved that feeling of watching cricket and then go and play it. Because I think cricket's one of those games, as soon as you feel that feeling of hitting the ball in the middle of the bat, or you take a catch or you get a wicket, even if you're bowling at a dustbin, that's the joy in the game. And as soon as you feel that, that's when you fall in love with it.
I remember your dad in that Ashes series out here, it felt like his bat was bigger than it should have been. It felt like it was too broad. It felt like it was sort of breaking all sorts of rules. We couldn't get it past any of his edges that year. He's had a magnificent series, and he went on to be an ICC match referee, of course, so he's continuing to commit to the game. Have you run foul of your old man as he's been a ref and you've been a player?
I got unlucky once, yeah. So he could never do our games because he was never allowed to do England games. But
Right.
then COVID hit and they couldn't travel, so he ended up doing our games. And I got Yazir Shah out at Old Trafford, and I politely just told him where the pavilion was. He might not know where it was. I just sort of, he hit me for 6. I got him out, and I said, "Look, it's sort of over there if you want to find it." And in Test matches, you get fined if you're caught swearing audibly on the camera, or you're seen to do it. And none of that happened. But the stump mic picked up. Just one guy, I think, in Dubai had heard me say it on the stump mic. And my dad laid this charge to me, whatever it was, like 15% or something. So I had to sign it. And I signed it. As I signed, I just said to him, "Look, I'm not buying you a birthday or Christmas." Absolutely no way.
That's fair enough.
You mentioned you came out here for a bit of a baptism of fire when you were young. Was it about 18? You ended up at the Hoppers Crossing Cricket Club with some likely guys
How
here.
old are you there?
8, of course, an Aussie picture, that, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
There it is, a pasty-faced young English fop with, I don't know, some outlaw bikies, I think. I think, what did you learn from the Hoppers Crossing Cricket Club?
Loved
Can I ask?
Absolutely every moment of it.
Yeah.
It was when I get talked about sledging in Ashes cricket. Nothing more ferocious than that. Young English lad out of public school coming here. It was pretty brutal. The biggest thing I learned, honestly, from playing, it wasn't sort of Premiership cricket. It was a district or sub-district, I think. You had these battles through the day, and they were on, and my team would back me up like you wouldn't believe, and against the opposition. And then you'd get in the change rooms after, and you'd have a beer, and the person who'd been calling you every name under the sun all day would be the first to sit next to you. And I loved it. I was like, wow, what an amazing thing. And it was one of those, you had to train Tuesday, I had to train Thursday to play. I lived with the most amazing family for 6 months, the Seds, who he did the sort of wickets at the ground, and I helped him with that. It was just the most awesome experience.
Do you keep in contact with any of the
Yeah,
Hoppers?
loads of the guys. Yeah, loads
Do
of the
they
guys.
ask for tickets to the Ashes?
Do you know what? They never have. They just asked me to pay for the beer.
Give them some for day 3.
As a young developing quick, though, they would have been gentle on you. They've got to look after the frame, or aware of sort of overloading young bowlers and looking after their backs. You would have used you sparingly, no doubt.
Well, so in England at the time, I don't know if it's still the same, you were only allowed to bowl 5 over spells or 6 over spells at that age. And I came here and they lobbed me the new ball and said, "You bowl till you're tired," type. Honestly, I think I bowled like a 16 over spell day one. I loved
Sports scientists around.
I loved all those little tactics. You know, we might bowl. I think we played Saturday. So you'd bowl on a Saturday and you'd away from home. You'd go back the next Saturday and you're getting out there to bat, and the outfield's like that long. You know, so like you're trying to hit it through the covers and it just plinks like a yard. Yeah. Ian Bell was at the other end, and the over finished, and we sort of tapped gloves. He was like, "Did you nick that?" I was like, "I've absolutely smashed that, yeah." And then they kept, so you know, one of those ones where they keep replaying it on the screen. And I didn't really think about it again until I got into the changing room. We were not out at the end of the day, and Andy Flower, the head coach, came to me and goes, "Do you mind doing press tonight?" So I was like, "Yeah, fine." He's like, "You prepared about what you want to say?" I was like, "About what?" I was like, "Well, the incident." I was like, "Which incident?" So I was just playing. And he went, "When you've nicked it?" I was like, "Is that a thing? Has that become a thing?" He's like, "Yeah, it's blown up." It's a thing.
Well, Darren Lehman seized on it straight away. He made sure, because there was a quick turnaround, I think, between that series and the next Ashes series out here. And Buffer, we saw at the end of that clip, was adamant. Make sure that when they come out here, every Australian cricket fan makes it as uncomfortable.
Yeah, but no, can I just say, you were quite diplomatic with it, and you tried to hose it down going into the next Ashes series.
And Stuart Broad has called Australians sore losers and dared fans to abuse him when England visit this summer.
Is that a quote? Did I say that?
You dared fans to boo you on the next tour of the Ashes.
That's naive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yep, a little
Can
bit.
I just say, thank God Australian fans were forgiving when you came back out.
Well, Darren Lehman seized on it straight away. He made sure, because there was a quick turnaround, I think, between that series and the next Ashes series out here. And Buffer, we saw at the end of that clip, was adamant. Make sure that when they come out here, every Australian cricket fan makes it as uncomfortable.
Yeah, but no, can I just say, you were quite diplomatic with it, and you tried to hose it down going into the next Ashes series.
And Stuart Broad has called Australians sore losers and dared fans to abuse him when England visit this summer.
Is that a quote? Did I say that?
You dared fans to boo you on the next tour of the Ashes.
That's naive, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Stuart Broad, I know what you did last summer. You would have loved that, though. Did you love that rivalry? Did it get you up?
On it.
I loved, yeah, I did. I mean, I prepared for it a little bit. I must admit that when my name got announced to bowl my first ball at the Gabba, that I can still hear that noise. Now, that was enough to shock me. I was like, oh, that's louder than I expected at the boos. But I bowled my first spell and I wandered down to fine leg. And suddenly everyone started standing up. I thought they're going to sing something here. And off they go. They start singing that. Broadies, you know the rest.
Broad is a wanker. You can say it.
I didn't know I could say that.
Everybody. Broad is a wanker.
Take me right back. So it started in the middle, and then I ended up becoming the conductor of it. I was like, louder. And I promise you, I just got this song in my head, and I'd be whistling it all the time. So I'd be in the change room making a cup of tea, I'd be going... Lads like, what are you doing? I'm like, like just subconsciously, it was all over me.
We should point out, we reserved that for very special people, so you should feel honoured. You've been given the wanker chant.
Yeah.
Richard Hadley,
It wasn't just the fans, though. The media, as you mentioned, the media lined him up as well.
The Courier Mail up in Brisbane was waiting for you, and after you got 5 for, this was their front page. They've airbrushed you out.
They would. It's true stories.
And I want to point out, around the same time, Osama bin Laden got killed, and they put a picture of him on the paper.
That would have been Crash Craddock up at the Courier Mail.
They refused to put your face and your body in any of the photos. They whited you out. That's
name,
not us mucking
no
around.
name.
No. Never got your name. Never got mentioned.
And the fans, of course, they piled in at the same time. Here's a shit bloke.
Yep.
Have you run into any of these guys? And they stay in contact with you.
I was actually half expecting you to be wearing on tonight, to be honest. But there was a moment, actually. It was Christmas Eve. I'd gone for a walk after training with my mum, and we walked through Botanical Gardens here. And I'm just walking back to the hotel, and I see this yellow shirt with green writing about 30 yards away. I'm thinking, not now. It's Christmas. My mum's not really into the whole swearing thing, you know. And he gets closer and closer, and we just come at the park. And I'm wearing a cap. He just goes, oh, excuse me. I'm like, yeah. Thinking, here it goes. He just goes, do you know where the park is? I was like, yeah, there, left, right, and you're in. He's like, cheers, bud.
You've dodged a bullet.
He's wearing Stuart Broad's a shit bloke. No idea who I was. No idea.
Fantastic. Absolutely.
Can you hang around? I think it's time to go. Is it time to go to a break? Mark, over there. Should we go? Do we go to a break?
Oh, that's poor.
Oh, good on you, Mark. Thanks, buddy. There it is.
More Stuart Broad on the other side of this bar.
Lords, well...
Let's examine Lords.
Wow.
Let's go.
I don't know why I mentioned it. I
I wasn't going to bring it up.
No, of course you
were there.
I was there that day and I watched a nation lose their tiny mind. This is one of the most exceptional incidents in Test cricket.
Yeah.
By the letter of the law, it is out. It's not the first time we've seen it. I think Bairstow himself, in the same test, had been guilty of something similar.
So you walked out...
I think the coach, at some stage, hadn't he, attempted a stumping?
No comment.
But so, Stuart, you walk out into the middle of all of that. I mean, it's as fiery as an Ashes test has been in living memory. What was it like when you
came out hot?
When you
came
got
out
yourself
hot.
out?
I was absolute red mist.
Yeah.
So talk us through it. When you're watching it in the change room, you see what's happening, and what's going through your head?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I didn't see. So the Lord's changing rooms, you don't get a good view of the ground at all, right? All those boos are for you. That's what I said to him there. All these boos are for you. I'm in the changing room, and you can't really see the ground at all. So you're sat in your spot and you're watching the TV, which is about a 4-second delay. So I hear this sort of murmur of an appeal. So I sort of like, Brendan McCullum stood by the door. What's happened, Baz? He's like, oh, there's a bit of an appeal. Johnny's sort of wandered out his crease, end of the over. He might be going to tap like Stokes's hand, not sure. So I sort of get up and I see it just once on the TV and I think, oh, it looks like the end of the over to me. So I sit down. And then suddenly I hear this booing, like really ferocious booing. So I was like, so I stood up, I was like, Baz, what's happened? He's like, he's out. What does that mean? He's like, you're in. So I'm sort of like, I'm like scrambled, you know. I'm like, where am I? Get down the stairs, and my first awareness of the emotion of it was Jonny walking back in. Normally when you pass a batter coming in, it's like, you know, is it seaming, is it swinging, what's the light like, is it going through okay? Just stormed past me, you know, straight past me, staring at the floor, like breathing really heavily. And I get onto the pitch and it's, you know, it's electric out there. It's like the noise is absolutely outrageous. So the crowd is my first connection to anger.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I had a bit of a disagreement with Patty Cummins as I'm walking out to bat. He was really sharp, actually. I said something about him being a disgrace, and he came back like, oh, yeah, mate, you're hardly the face and spirit of cricket or something. And that set me off. Then I'm off. And I was just attacking anyone in a green cap for about 20 minutes. And honestly, I'd lost the plot for 20 minutes, said some silly things to Alex Carey, forgot there were stump mics and cameras. And then Stokesy, we sort of tapped gloves after 20 minutes, and Stokesy went to me like, you all right? I'm like, sorry, man, I'm all over the place here. Like, I'm with you, don't worry, like, I'm in the battle. And he went, keep going. Like, he said, have a look at all the Aussies now. You've sort of rattled them in a sense that they're not talking, there's no planning, they're just sort of bowling. He said, they're bowling badly at me because there's no communication. He was getting away. She said, so it was half an hour of probably, like, absolute red mist, and then 2 hours of, you know, I was just playing up to it.
Yeah, I mean, apart from the stumping, he's not out, but he got stumped. So the spirit of cricket also is like you accept the umpire's decision. Is that? I think that's actually written in to the code of the.
So you're saying I shouldn't have walked? Is that what you mean?
Well, why don't we take a look? Very interesting. There he is.
So the umpire got the right decision.
It's interesting that you referred straight to that.
Has your mind changed over time when you look back at it, or you still feel exactly the same?
It's changed because now I'm retired. I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I loved the emotion of what that did to that series for us, and the fact that we were 2-0 down at the end of that. Where did we end up going? Jonny Bairstow's home, Leeds, and you know, they absolutely love him to bits up there, and the crowd are up. And to be honest, if the chance of us getting those runs at that time were low, because we needed Stokesy played. He got an amazing 150. So it was likely we'd be 2-0 down anyway.
It was incredible.
And then we wouldn't have had that same sort of galvanisation of the country going to Leeds. So it was quite a big turning point in the Ashes. But is that not what we love about?
Exactly right. We're still talking about
we
it,
just
and
love,
it still
like,
ignites relationship.
The moments,
you wouldn't have lunch with the Aussies, is that true? You didn't have lunch with the Aussies?
I didn't.
No, the team afterwards.
Because you all went and met for
Or wouldn't have
lunch,
drinks
didn't you?
after the test?
Oh, no, that's got a bit to it.
Not true.
So that day, Jonny Bairstow never goes up. So at Lord's, you can either have lunch in the change room or you can go upstairs. And upstairs, lovely dining room. Jonny Bairstow never goes upstairs. Always downstairs, little towel over his lap, eats. That day, up he goes. So everyone's having the, like, chicken and sweet potato or whatever, and Johnny's not got anything on his plate. He's just staring at all the Aussies. And Zach Crawley's a bit of a wind-up merch, you know. He's a bit like, Johnny, you can't be happy with that, Johnny, can you? Like, what you say? And they're just replaying it on the telly the whole time. And Zach's going, ask him, Johnny, ask him. Like, are they happy with that? And he stands up and like whacks his head. You happy with that, lads? And everyone's like shocked. I think Warner just went, yeah, pretty happy with that.
Of course it was David. Of course it was.
So, I'm just saying, Jonny Bairstow without anything on his plate, that's a rare sign. and just quickly, I know, we're just interested, it's just such a great incident, will go down in the annals of history. What about the members' performance? Did you see that as the Australians were being absolutely broadsided by the custodians of the spirit?
Quite bizarre. So Stokesy got 100 pre-lunch, if my memory serves correct. So I'm sort of sat 5 yards behind him, letting him soak it. Walk into the long room, and the ovation's incredible for him. Honestly, I got hit by an amazing wave of energy. And the Aussies were maybe 20 yards behind, so we turned the corner to go to our change room, and the atmosphere just flipped when the Aussies walked, and everyone just started booing and being really aggressive. Enough for Stokes and I to stop, and we thought an incident happened straight away. I've never heard a change of atmosphere like the noise. It's just one room. It sort of bounced off. But then I wasn't aware of all that sort of nonsense that happened. Saw it on the telly, but you know, a bit silly.
It was just one of the most extraordinary atmospheres. I can't believe I was there that day. I need to ask, Bazball, are we persevering?
Is it working?
Is it where are we at? Are we doubling down? It seems to be.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's just a mindset that the guys try and play with. That doesn't mean that you try and drive through extra cover in Western Australia. You know, it's definitely learning from those sort of mistakes, but it's that commitment to taking the positive option. That's what it is. So, you know, the English, we quite sort of naturally go into our shells and defend if the pressure comes on. If the pressure comes on, go the other way and try and strike, try and attack. So, it's obviously been a really tough start. But let's be honest, a tough start for most of the batters, apart from Travis.
No doubt.
So, you know, Basil, get them all around, get them tight and give them
a lot of cricket to be played. Mate, we can't thank you enough for coming on the program today. And we always like to give our guests a little bit of memorabilia to go with. So we've knocked something up quickly. We hope you like it. It's just to commemorate your time here.
Yeah, well done.
I'm Ashes 2025. There it is. There you go. I'm going to give you that.
Put your hands together, everybody. Stuart Broad, enjoy having you on the show. Don't go anywhere. Mick Molloy on the other side of the break.
Well done, Stu.